Hey guys, hello NBA fanatics. This is HC Boss 2019 here, back with another video. Today, I will be making the case for why Giannis Antetokounmpo will be MVP instead of James Harden, as you see here. Okay, so first let's get into Harden. Harden, for the season, averaged close to 37 points. He averaged about 8 assists and a few rebounds. He was the scoring champion this year, and while this takes a lot of skill to do, it's not leading. It's leading to wins, but not as much as Giannis. James has been the best player on the Rockets by far, second probably being Eric Gordon or Clint Capella. And so James Harden is leading the Rockets to be, I think it's the 4th seed or the 5th seed in the Western Conference, which is a very good thing because the Western Conference is very competitive. So you have teams such as the Nuggets, the Warriors, and the Blazers. And teams like that are hard to compete with, but Harden has been leading his team to one of the best seeds. So yeah, they are one of the best teams in the West, and right now they're in the playoffs. And at the time of recording, right now, Portland just won their game against OKC, and Houston is actually just versing Utah right now. And Philadelphia has won against Brooklyn. Toronto has won against Orlando. So that's just what's happening in the league and with Harden's team. Harden has a strong case for MVP because very few players have had seasons like this while leading their team to a such awesome record. The record they got this year placed them probably 4th or 5th, I think. And that's really good in the Western Conference, where it's way more competitive than the Eastern Conference. And Harden has been the main component on the Rockets and probably hasn't been the most dominant, but has been a very strong player to defeat and a very hard player to defeat in this season. And I say that because of their record, of course. But one thing that lacks with Harden is his defense. His defense isn't the greatest. He's won a few Antetokounmpo MVPs. You might know or might not know what Antetokounmpo is. James Harden lacks in a lot of areas in defense, such as if he's down on the block and a perimeter player or a forward is going in, he'll step out of the way or guard him very, very like very bad. Like, he doesn't make it hard for the player to score. Such players as LeBron, Wade, people like that, and like lots of people that have more physical advantages than him. I mean, yeah, and so Harden is also not the best at switching in picks. If you don't know what switching picks is, if somebody does a pick and you're guarding the person who's trying to go around the pick, you usually switch to the person who's rolling. Harden is a player who people think would know that stuff, but he doesn't. That's fine, but it's not the best for an MVP caliber player as Harden. Harden does have a case for MVP because he makes it up with his offense. He's one of the best three-point shooters. I think he's around 30%. That's just crazy. So, to think that he shoots like a ton of these threes is really crazy. But now, let's get into Giannis. As you can see here, Giannis has a very interesting, bizarre, and dominant, keyword dominant, case for MVP. Giannis has been a very interesting and bizarre, but also cool player to watch in the NBA season, in the 2018-19 NBA season so far, as he's in the playoffs, and he just won the first round. So he right now, for the season, he averaged around 28 points, around 12 rebounds, and 4 to 5 assists. Those are very good numbers for a small forward, especially in Giannis Antetokounmpo. And yes, I do know how to say his last name, not that hard, Antetokounmpo. So, Giannis is one of the best defensive players of the year, and he said that he wanted to be defensive player of the year. We'll get into that discussion in another video, but Giannis is one of the best defensive players in the league. If you're a perimeter player or a forward, trying to go and drive at Giannis is a very, very weird thing to do, because Giannis, well, it's a very brave thing to do. Giannis is one of the best shot blockers in the league, averaging around 2 blocks a game. And for his offense, when he's driving at you, you basically have no chance. He's averaging 57% from the field. 57% from the field. That's one of the best in the league, especially for a person who's averaging 27 points a game. Giannis, whenever he drives, he can take usually like 3 steps from like the 3-point line and get in and dunk it. And he's so powerful that usually, even if he doesn't make it, he can dunk it from almost the free throw line, if you saw in the first or second game of the first round. Those are some of the reasons why I think Giannis will be MVP this season over Harden. And no offense, NBA, I think you should change it back, the awards back to at the end of the season and before the playoffs, because they have it after the playoffs, yet your playoff performance doesn't even matter. So, those are some of the reasons why I think Giannis Antetokounmpo has a better case to be MVP more than Harden. I will see you guys later. Peace.